It was supposed to be a family bonding day. My mother-in-law, Brenda, and my sister-in-law, Chloe, had invited me to an upscale shopping boutique downtown. For the past 2 years of my marriage, they had treated me like an outsider, always making passive-aggressive comments about my background, my clothes, and how my husband, Mark, could have done better. So, when they asked me out, I thought maybe, just maybe, they were trying to turn over a new leaf. I was wrong. The moment we walked into the boutique, Brenda and Chloe went wild. They grabbed designer dresses, expensive shoes, and luxury perfumes. Every time they picked something up, they would look at me and say things like, "Oh, Mark loves when a woman takes care of herself, asterisk or asterisk, it's such a blessing that Mark provides well enough for us to enjoy the finer things." I just smiled, nodded, and picked up a single, modest scented candle for myself, worth about $20. As they piled their items onto the checkout counter, the cashier began scanning. The numbers on the screen kept climbing. $200, $500, $800, until finally, the cashier looked up with a professional smile and said, "Your total comes to $950. Suddenly, the air grew thick. Brenda opened her designer handbag, rummaged through it for a few seconds, and gasped dramatically. "Oh my goodness, Chloe! I forgot my wallet on the kitchen counter. I can't believe myself." Chloe tapped her chin, looking equally shocked. "Oh no, Mom, and I left my purse in the car, but the parking garage is 3 blocks away. What are we going to do?" Then, right on cue, both of their eyes locked onto me. It was a synchronized, perfectly rehearsed performance. "Well, dear," Brenda said, her voice dripping with artificial sweetness as she patted my arm. "You have your purse. Why don't you just put it on your card? We are family, after all. You can just pay for it, and we'll figure it out later." Chloe nodded eagerly. "Yeah, it's just a quick swipe. You wouldn't want us to lose all these beautiful things, right?" They thought they had me cornered. They thought I would be too timid, too desperate for their approval, to say no in front of a crowded store. They expected me to nervously hand over my credit card, knowing full well that, figuring it out later, meant I would never see a single dime of that $950 back. They wanted to humiliate me and exploit my bank account all at once. I looked at the mountain of clothes, then at the cashier, and finally at my in-laws. And I just smiled. It wasn't a nervous smile. It was a calm, serene, completely relaxed smile. "Oh, what a shame," I said softly, my voice completely steady. "It's so easy to forget things when you're rushed." Brenda smiled back, thinking she had won. She practically pushed me toward the card reader. "Exactly, dear, go ahead." Instead of pulling out my card, I reached into my bag, pulled out a crisp $20 bill, and placed it gently on the counter. Then, I took my single scented candle from the pile and handed it to the cashier. "I'll just take this candle, please," I told the cashier politely. Brenda's smile instantly evaporated. Chloe's jaw literally dropped. The boutique went dead silent. "Wait, what do you mean?" Brenda hissed, her voice dropping its sweet tone and turning incredibly sharp. "Are you seriously not going to pay for our things? We are your family. Mark would be disgusted by how selfish you are being right now." "Brenda, I'm sure you and Chloe can walk the 3 blocks back to the parking garage to get Chloe's purse," I replied, maintaining my pleasant, unshakable smile. "Or, since you live only 15 minutes away, the boutique can easily hold these items behind the counter until you return with your wallet. I wouldn't want to deprive you of the satisfaction of buying your own beautiful things." Chloe looked like she was about to cry from pure embarrassment as the customers behind us began to whisper. The cashier, trying to suppress a grin, looked at Brenda and asked, "Should I put these items on hold for you, ma'am?" Brenda was furious. Her face turned a bright, angry crimson. "No, just cancel the whole thing," she snapped. She grabbed Chloe's arm, and the two of them stormed out of the boutique, their heels clicking furiously against the hardwood floor. I calmly waited for the cashier to bag my candle, thanked her, and walked out right behind them. When I got to the car, they were both sitting inside, arms crossed, refusing to look at me. The drive home was completely silent, save for the occasional angry sigh from the passenger seat. They thought their silent treatment was a punishment, but to me, it was the most peaceful car ride I had enjoyed in 2 years. When we got home, they immediately ran to Mark, crying and twisting the story, claiming I had humiliated them and treated them like garbage in public. But I had already texted Mark a photo of the $950 receipt total before they even reached the car, along with a brief explanation. When Mark confronted them and asked why they expected his wife to foot a $1,000 bill without a single dollar of their own, they had no answers. For the first time, Mark saw through their manipulation, and he firmly told them that they owed me an apology. They never did apologize, but something much better happened. They stopped inviting me to their outings, and they completely stopped trying to play games with me. By simply smiling and refusing to play their victim, I had set a boundary they could never cross again.